have to meet me at the Rendezvous.
The Rendezvous is back, and we are at the Parkside Hotel and Spa in beautiful British Columbia, Victoria City, the capital of the province. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that maybe some of you have given up on: dating. She may have a lifeline for your love life. Tamara Del Elis makes it her life's work to coach people on their quest for love. Her full-time business called Up to Date, helping clients put their best foot forward as they enter the dating market.
So Up to Date is just what it sounds like. It's keeping us up to date with the changing dating landscape that we're in, that is changing almost, it seems, from hour to hour. So my job is to help my clients be confident in the world, the brave new world of dating that we're in. So how I help the people of Victoria and actually across North America via video coachings is that I help them bring confidence to themselves too, so that they can flourish in their social interactions and especially in their romantic connections. So that's via coaching and via workshops as well as speed dating events in Victoria. It can be feeling a little bit like a sales pitch when we put together our dating profile. It can feel a little intimidating to get out there and promote ourselves in that way. So I like to bring together people offline to have a genuine connection in person.
Now here on the Rendezvous, we talk to business champions, we talk to community thought leaders, and we follow the trends, and we look for people who are making waves and really breaking through in their own niche industries. That's why we're talking to Tamara today. So a little bit about dating and the coaching that you bring. What are you trying to help people do? Are you trying to help them find love?
Surprise, there is no LinkedIn posting for a job coaching position. This is something that I feel I was born to do. This is my entire purpose and passion, I think, as a human. In this life, I really do want to bring people the confidence to make a social connection that is deep and meaningful, and most importantly, I think that there's nothing more enriching in this world than finding your romantic connection. That is a game changer for all of us. And we live in a society now, more and more studies are telling us that we have a lot of loneliness. It is an epidemic in the Western world right now. And so combating that with the science and spiritual perspectives that can help us build confidence and go out there and look for love is what I'm here to do.
So at what point did you realize that you were maybe a modern day Cupid?
I have been.
And do you have a bow and arrow? Everybody wants to know if you have a bow and arrow.
The bow and arrow, absolutely I do. No, my friends and family actually do call me Agent Cupid because I am so in love with love. I love to matchmake, and that's something that I do quietly pro bono for my clients. But
you people watch, right?
I love to observe people, and I love to read about the science and how we can attract others. You know, our energy is powerful, and that's something that isn't palpable when we're putting up together a profile online. Our energy is only palpable when we're in person looking at someone eye to eye. So that's something that I make opportunities for the people of Victoria.
Now they say opposites attract. Do you ever look at a couple and think, wow, that's quite the mismatch? Or, hey, I don't know if I would have put them two together. Do you ever see that?
It's amazing. When I put together the speed dating events, I might get to know, some of the participants quite well beforehand. They're, phoning me, asking me questions, emailing me, very excited, sometimes a little anxious. And it is really interesting to see the matches that come about. And even people themselves will be surprised to know, this is the person that I didn't expect would be my interest at this event, but they made me feel most comfortable. They made me feel most confident, so I'm going to give them a chance. It's really interesting.
With everything that's gone on, with the pandemic, with people, there's all this division in the community. Maybe some people have given up on dating completely. What's your message to them? I mean, are you here to spread some fairy dust?
I would love to spread some fairy dust, and I hope to do so in my coaching, and most importantly with you here today, with your platform and with your audience. I would love to say very clearly that there is fate involved in
you can tell them right there.
There is fate involved in finding love, but we can also help fate, and fate has a little bit more power outside of our living room. So when you're at the gym, when you're in an elevator, when you're at a speed dating event, you are making a bold step forward, and that is so essential essential in achieving anything that is meaningful to you in this life. So I think putting your best foot forward and being bold is going to bring you a long way in the journey of finding love.
It's kind of like when you go and look for a job. Like you brush up on your resume, you put it on nice etched parchment.
That's right.
Well, hopefully you do anyway. If not, then somebody else might be, and you're going to be left at the bottom of the pile. But is finding a partner, a spouse, somebody that you can share the magic moments of life in, is that something worth investing a little time into?
It's worth investing everything you have into. We should have no reserve of I could have done this or I should have done that when we're looking for love. We don't want to have regrets, when we're going on in our years, and everyone needs company. Everyone needs to be seen and to have their life witnessed and to learn and to grow. And I always say that relationships are people growing machines, and so it is so important, if we're here to evolve as humans, that we have that connection that can inspire us and also challenge us.
Do you know, I heard recently in the Bible, it actually says, for those of you who follow the good book, it actually says that you're not meant to be alone.
No.
In the Bible as well. So I don't know if, take that as you will,
Yes.
but my mom said to me, son, it'll just happen when it happens. But you're saying that you can take action and make some steps towards maybe forcing the issue. Or it's not forcing, though, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Encouraging it, putting it out there. There are so many things that we can do to take action towards finding our love or one of our loves. And what I would say is that every day that you don't spend time on the wrong kinds of people or the wrong person, or every day that you are truer to yourself and understand yourself better, is a day that you are going in the direction of finding that meaningful connection. So there are many things that we can do, and it might take an outside perspective to do so.
Okay, so let's talk about the dating apps. Some people are like, oh, I can't be bothered with dating apps. In fact, one of my friends, he hasn't been on one for a few years, and he just decided he's going to create himself a profile. And then he's all like, he's excited because now he's getting messages. So he took the steps to manifest his destiny, I guess.
Great.
So if you're intimidated by technology, can you help?
Absolutely. I think it's great to have a poker in the fire. Having a dating app profile is really important if that's something that you would like to do. Yes, there are so many strategies. So there is going offline as well.
Is that like a cold approach?
Which?
A cold approach, like where you see a stranger, you exchange a glance on the street, you lock eyes maybe. Oh, am I daydreaming here?
I love a cold approach. And in Canada, we are less inclined to cold approach, but we absolutely should. Scientific studies show that women are receptive to those kinds of things if it happens with confidence, and men are more intimidated by those kind of approaches more.
Boldness.
And more. Boldness, yes. You need to take those opportunities when you see them. And there's ways of building confidence, and there's ways of building connection really quickly with a stranger. And those are things as well that I love to share with my clients.
Is it okay for a woman to approach a man?
Absolutely. You should. Yes, you should, as a friend or as a romantic interest. You should always have your feelers out for people that have good energy and might enrich your life in a huge way.
Some of the social issues that have been going on between the sexes over the last few years, some people might feel a bit apprehensive to approach somebody they have a fondness for, if somebody's caught their eye. What's your advice for that now as we move forward into the mid-20s here?
That's a really good question, and a lot of my clients are apprehensive to approach someone because they don't want to be misinterpreted, or they don't want to be caught in something that...
They don't want to be caught in a court case.
They don't want to be caught in a, yes, as you said, in a court case.
While they're courting. Oh my God, this is too much, eh? Like, sorry, guys.
Yeah, so there is a good reason to be cautious. You know, we see these videos online of people accusing others of, broaching, a comfortable zone, and I think that there are a million ways to do anything and to say anything in this world, and that there are many ways to respectfully approach someone. And again, that is something that you can practice and probably should practice.
Yeah, there's a lot of online help videos these days on YouTube, like how do I date, how do I approach women, and I've looked at some of them just to see what people are up to, and it's almost like everybody has a different opinion on how to do it. So what I believe is you should be authentic to yourself and approach people how you feel most comfortable doing it. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, absolutely. So I think the most important thing is to practice doing it. So practice talking to the cashier at the store, or practice talking to your neighbor in the elevator. So once you get that practice going, when you actually feel a little bit of butterflies for someone, it's a little bit more of a familiar situation, engaging in conversation, listening, asking questions. So I think it's something that we can perfect. We can really educate ourselves in.
You have your business. Tell us about the business model, what you aim to do with local singles, and of course, you've also introduced recently speed dating. We want to know what speed dating is all about. So explain how you've taken this passion of yours and created a business around it. Basically an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it is the field of love, an entrepreneur in the field of love. So mostly what I do is full-time client coaching. So that is men and women in this city who are, as so many people are, feeling lonely, feeling like they need a leg up, they need a perspective shift in some way. So that is the majority of my work as Agent Cupid. And then after many sessions, many clients giving me anecdotes of the challenges of online dating and understanding the science behind the mental health issues that come with online dating, we see that there is a huge rise in anxiety and depression in users of these platforms. I thought that a solution may be to meet offline and to alleviate the pressure of that. So these speed dating events happen each month in Victoria, and they are a lot of fun. They are really structured so that if you're shy, if you're an introverted kind of type of person, you only have a few minutes with each person to exchange impressions, stories about each other. It is a fantastic opportunity, and I have thought for a long time if there's another way that would be more beneficial to my clients, to the city, to meet people, and I can't think of one. I think it's phenomenal because it's economical in so many ways, not only in terms of money, but in terms of time and energy and effort. You have one night out that you're taking, you're putting your best foot forward, and you're meeting a lot of people. And my favorite feature of these speed dating events is that you are able to make sure that you can indicate romantic interest in someone as well as friendship interest in someone. So I have as many romantic connections that are made at each event as friendship connections, and that is phenomenal because as a single person, it's very important to open up, to broaden your network.
What if you want to spend an extra 30 seconds with one of the people?
Believe me, people do. Sometimes I need a cattle prod. There's a lot of good conversation going.
And so afterwards, there's some follow-up?
There is a follow-up. So a couple of days later, you will get an email with any potential matches that you have. So you'll get the contact information that they release to you, and from there, I wait patiently, and weeks and months later, I will get emails and text messages saying, I met someone incredible at this event, and I thank you so much. I just recently heard of a couple that is now having a baby together, and they met at one of my events last year. So it's a joy. And there is a lot of excitement that is in that room.
That is date 1 of 12.
So Tamara was very efficient getting back to the email that I sent to her about wanting to sign up. All the emails that I did receive from the team were very encouraging and optimistic, and you could tell that the people behind this company are I think very passionate about what they're doing and very friendly people. Yeah.
Do you believe in love? Is there hope? Is Cupid's arrow going to strike again?
I think, there's hope. Yeah, there's definitely hope. I think that love comes in all forms and different levels of love, and different connections can be made, and I think they're all learning lessons learned, and growing opportunities.
When was the last time you had butterflies being around a certain person?
I get butterflies every now and then. I don't know the last time, but pretty regularly I get crushes. I get crushes pretty easily.
Everyone has a common ambition there, and that is to make a long-term, meaningful connection. And everyone there is, I think, the quality of person that puts themselves out there to take a step out of their comfort zone is quite exceptional. So everyone there is courageous. They're not the life of the party or an extrovert necessarily, but they're someone who is serious about making a step forward in the direction of love.
I mean, what types of people are signing up? Is it?
Yeah, so actually every event is a different demographic. So some of them are open to all, some of them are open to 30 to 50, 45 plus, 50 plus, whatever it is. I like to switch it up. So yeah, you can see, who it is in your age bracket that is interested in love and is willing to put themselves out there boldly.
What about mixing of the demographics? Does that happen too? I mean, people do date outside of their age group, right?
They totally do, yeah. Some of our events are open to all, and I think that's fantastic. I think there are no rules. Let's break them all. As long as you feel a genuine connection with someone, it's a wonderful thing.
Having said that, I do like somebody who understands what Big Shiny Tunes CDs are. You remember those, right?
It's telling.
Yeah, oh, was it Much Dance? Yeah, Much Dance.
Mix.
Dance mix, yeah.
Mixes? Yeah.
Yeah. MC Mario. Yeah. What we're looking at right now is some scenes from a speed dating event that took place here in early March in Victoria. What are we seeing right now? Because we have people at tables. Explain to us what's happening.
Yeah, so everyone who is attending the event has pre-registered. So you would get in touch with me, contact me, and I would reserve your space. So you will have a place setting amongst lots of other single people. At most, everyone goes solo to these events. Some people come in friends, and we're just going to have tables set up, and we're going to, in a circular fashion, have the men ambulate from station to station, and everyone in the room will get a chance to talk to everyone of the opposite
So
sex.
the men kind of fly around like hummingbirds.
Right.
I see how it works.
I think a friend found it on Facebook and sent it to a group chat, and they were sort of joking, like, hey, do you guys want to try this? And I was serious. I was like, yeah, I do want to try that, actually, yeah. So a friend sent it to me.
It's really fun. As the host of the event, it's a beautiful thing to see the chemistry, blossom with some conversations that you see. And, if you're not feeling a particular, connection to someone, it is only a few minutes long. So, you're on to the next very quickly.
It's like a job interview with Cupid lurking in the background, Agent Cupid.
All of the conversations that I had were interesting. I didn't feel like there was very many lulls in the conversation. I think it was a good time. It was nice.
Coming out to the events, like, you actually get to meet people. Like so many times in the apps, you match with somebody and then it doesn't actually go anywhere. So this is great that there's 12, 13 people like right in front of you. You get to talk to people and actually see if there's a vibe there.
Pretty interesting, actually. This is the fourth time I've come to one with Tamara here in Victoria. You get to meet a lot of really nice women, single women, which normally you don't meet that many single women in this short a time. I'm still waiting for that right connection. Hopefully, maybe this time, you never know, it could happen.
Now, you've obviously taken some tips from Tamara. You're a sharp-dressed man today. Is it important to you to, with presentation, to put your best foot forward when you're meeting all these new people?
Absolutely. I try to be a sharp-dressed person anywhere I go, because you never know. It might not be at an event you meet the perfect person. It could be in the grocery store. It could be at the bank. And so I try to be the best dressed person in the room anywhere I go.
We want to show that we are putting in effort, that we are serious about this. So the way we look, the way we move our bodies, the way we speak, it's all so important and something to consider for sure.
Being on dating apps is really frustrating, and I think that meeting people in a kind of real life setting, and also like being in a coffee shop, that seems like a much more natural kind of atmosphere.
Like going through 12 blind dates, by the time you get to the end of it, you are a little bit tired, but you're like, I know how to introduce myself now. So yeah, it kind of takes some of that awkwardness out of it.
I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of just wanted to have fun and socialize. I didn't necessarily expect that I would be, meeting the love of my life or anything, but I think even just having really great conversations is important.
Do you ever get anybody that doesn't show up? Like they signed up and then they must have they just chickened out?
Actually, I have only had that happen a couple of times, and it's not the chickening out, it's that they've met someone else or that they're very sick, and when will the next speed dating event be? So I actually don't have people chicken out. I take a lot of time with most of the registrants before to answer all their questions and to assure them that it's going to be a fun time. So yeah, it works out.
I haven't been on a date in probably a year and a half, so this is my first event that I've come out to in a while.
And you can tell in the first minute if it's going to be somebody that you're interested in dating or not. So that kind of decides where the conversation's going to go.
So I think that you want to communicate what your values are at all times when you are in the dating process. So communicating your values can be the way that you dress. Communicating your values can be what you share with someone, what the interests that you have, that they have, the way that you see your future. So if you know who you are, if you understand what your priorities are, you are much more likely to have success in finding someone that matches, that complements that philosophy that you have.
To be compatible, do you have to share political views? Do you have to sort of make the same money? Or can it work if there's some quite major differences?
Yes, there absolutely can be success in a relationship where there are major differences, and it just matters on what your priorities are. So for some people, it's really important to have someone with the shared political ideology. For some people, it matters 0%. For some people, it's really important that they're able to scale a mountain with their partner, and for others, not at all. So it really is, where your values rank, and so differences can be beautiful, and they can absolutely be exciting in a relationship.
Is there still hope for the nuclear family in Canada in 2024?
Yeah, so we see trends all across the globe where people are less inclined to be married, less inclined to be in a monogamous relationship, less inclined to have children. So that is a huge trend, and it's hard to push against that. If you want a family, if you're interested in a long-term relationship, you're not in the minority. Actually, more men than women in Canada today are looking to be married. So there's absolutely a lot of people out there that are still interested in that. And if you want it, you should have it.
Can you love someone before you love yourself?
The best way to learn to love yourself, the best way to learn to be the best potential romantic partner that you can be is to be in a relationship. That's a very unpopular opinion nowadays. We say to ourselves often that, I should be my best perfect self before I meet my match. And I would disagree very much with that statement. I think that finding love helps us find ourselves, and that we should absolutely seek to love others and be loved at any point, at any stage of evolution that we're in. When you have had heartbreak, you are wiser for it. You know yourself. You understand yourself at a deeper level. So I think that it's not all lost. When we lose someone that we love, there is no scarcity of love in this world. Just like every tree, every plant on earth gets sunlight, there is no scarcity of love in this earth if you want it.
You have to meet me at the rendezvous.